All right. Thank you so much for watching the website review for OnRamp. The website address is onramptx.org. What we're going to do is we're going to go through the homepage of your website. The homepage is the place where you cast vision, have a controlling idea, and call people to action. This is your sales letter. This is the place that you will draw people and compel people to be a part of what you're doing. So we're just going to go through the homepage. We're not going to look so much at design, although there's some aspects of design that we will touch on, but really this is more about communication. This is more about what's your controlling idea? What are you trying to say? What are you wanting those who visit your website to do? And is it clear? You know, are we being too cute with our words? Are we trying to be clever? Or are we being clear for those who don't know who you are? It's understood very quickly. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through the homepage. Every subsequent page should support the controlling idea of the homepage. Why do you have this website to begin with? What do you want people to do when they come to your website? Okay, so let's dive right in. The first thing when you go to the website, if you've not been to the website before, is you're faced with this pop-up. Now, just from a technical standpoint, pop-ups aren't looked as highly on Google. They're not bad, but they're not good on search engines. Most people view pop-ups as, for lack of a better terms, an interruption or an annoyance. So unless there's some value add on pop-ups, I actually would recommend not having a pop-up. Now, you have one. What I do appreciate about what you did is you're wanting to get email addresses. You want to build your email list. Smart. You definitely want to do that. So on this pop-up, if you want to keep it, then let's add some value to those who are going to give you their email address. So my question is, what do I get in return if I give you my email address? Now, you tell me that you'll send me weekly emails that have inspirational stories and information about other efforts in the community. Why don't you give that to me ahead of time? So my suggestion is create a PDF, some sort of downloadable PDF that gives them tips about how to support their community in this way, right? Or advice on how to find and maintain a reliable vehicle. I mean, a PDF that would give me value that I will receive the moment I hit subscribe, okay? So if you want to keep this, that's fine. I would suggest that you remove this and have it on your homepage. And I'll explain that here in a minute if you don't already, because I haven't looked yet. But on your homepage, have a place where someone can download the PDF in exchange for the email address. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. So top left corner, you have your logo. That's great. OnRamp, driven by hope. You know, the logo itself doesn't say what you do, and that's totally fine. It does not have to. But what's going to happen if it doesn't, right? It doesn't say OnRamp, donations of vehicles or anything like that. That's fine. It doesn't have to. What you have here is great. But naturally, what's going to happen is people are going to go to the right. And so you're going over to the right here and you see home, about, advocates, partner, blog, resources, contact, and then give. So right now, the most important thing you're telling me that I need to read is about. And I'm probably going to click that button, right? And if I do, what happens? I leave your homepage without reading anything below. Advocates, I don't know what that means. That's probably not me. So this doesn't need to be here, or there's a creative way to do that. Partners, again, I don't know what that means. I mean, I have a better idea of what partners mean, but I'm ruling myself out. I'm not an advocate. I'm not a partner. And so I'm going to rule myself out on both of those. So I'm not going to click those. Blog, maybe, but I still don't know who you are. And that's the assumption. We have to realize that. We have to assume that nobody knows who you are. And so right now, I'm not compelled to click any of these because I don't know much about you. And this about button is great. It probably gives us that information, but then I'm leaving your homepage. And that's not what we want. We want people to be on your homepage before they click all these other links. These other links probably have amazing content. I'm sure it does, but we don't want people to get distracted and leave the homepage to go there quite yet. Okay, we want them to later, but we first want them to read down the homepage. Resources, I don't even need those yet because I don't know much about you. And then contact, again, I don't. And then give. Now, what I do appreciate about the give button, it is an obvious button on the top right corner. So you did good there. Now, what I would do is I would make the give button filled in automatically. Just keep it filled in, not the outline. It is obvious, but there's a way to do these buttons that you'll have like a main call to action and a transitional call to action. We want the main call to action, the thing you want everyone to do, to be filled in like that. And the transitional calls to action are like that, download that PDF, right? Or register for a webinar or that kind of thing where it's not, they're not giving yet, but they're kind of transitioning to that you can have an outline button like this. All right. But I do appreciate that you have that and it's obvious in the top right corner. So this picture is great. You have smiling faces in a vehicle. Now on this picture, there's nothing on top of it that says what you do yet. So it's not quite relevant yet. Now, I feel like what happens is you're giving vehicles or you're providing vehicles. So maybe if there was an image that was zoomed back, if it had a bow on the hood, or it had something that showed the car was being given or provided to them, and they were also sitting there with smiling faces, that would be great, because then that visually will explain what you do without words, okay? Now, again, this is a great picture. So, it can stay, but what's gonna happen is right now, I still don't know yet. Just by reading the top and seeing this picture, it doesn't quite give me the words I need to yet, which is fine. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to read down here. We provide reliable transportation to people in need to get them on the road to self-sufficiency and share with them the grace of God. Okay, that's really great that you provide reliable transportation to people in need, get them on the road. I think that's awesome. We want to keep that. Let's go ahead and, from a grammar standpoint, go ahead and add a period. Now, you could also do this, is move this text and make it an overlay text on top of that image. And you can say something to the effect of providing reliable transportation to get people on the road, right? Or whatever. You can mix up these words a little bit and make it like an inspirational, text right on top of the image there. But now I know what you do, right? So hear this. It took me that long to get there. Now I am training and I am doing a video, so it's going to be longer. But here's the thing. You have about 5 seconds for people when they go to your website to see who you are, what you do, and then how to contact you, how to engage with you. And so you got 5 seconds to really get there. So right now, I think you have a little bit of an opportunity here to really get to what you do faster. All right, let's scroll down here. 3 buttons: make a financial donation, donate a vehicle to OnRamp, volunteer with OnRamp. So here's the thing. What is your controlling call to action? What do you want people to do? Your main call to action. What is the one single most thing that this website will serve you the first and most priority? If that's making a financial donation, then that's what all the buttons should look like, a nice solid button that says make a financial donation. If it's donate a vehicle to OnRamp, then that. If it's volunteer, then that. If it's give, again, make it a solid button. But you need to decide what your primary call to action is, because right now I have 3 different calls to action, and that might distract those who are on the homepage here. Okay, so scrolling down, most of us take reliable transportation for granted. Okay, so right away, and I'm sure all this text is great, but right away, I'm faced with just a lot of words to read, okay? So I would break this up. I would maybe, if there are some value propositions like why this is really great, turn them into icons and, header images, or header titles. I would break this up. Remember, people are on their phone most of the time, and they're gonna be scrolling. They're probably not gonna read this. So I would shorten it, put some maybe icons and some imagery around it, and make it easy on the eye so people can read it. Kind of make it into bite-sized pieces where they can read. Please consider helping us help those in need. 100 vehicles donated to clients since 2017. Cool. Has that number changed since we're in 2022? 2017 sounds a little old. I would say, you could, 2017 is fine, but, maybe instead of it being since 2017, well, you can leave that, but I would increase the number of vehicles. If it's over 300, then I would change that, since it's been 5 years since, that happened. ECFA, enhancing trust. Okay, this is good. I think you just need to put that in the footer, the very bottom of the website. And same, really in the same with that, the 100 plus vehicles. This is good. I mean, you can keep that on there because it does show that you've done this a lot and you've been here a while, but this ECFA you can put in the footer. Okay. I don't know so these videos here, what is that adding to the controlling idea? So for instance, if your controlling idea is to give financially, how does this help me? I don't know how these videos will help me. As a matter of fact, if I start clicking these videos and watching, I'm actually going to get further away from what you want me to do, and that's give online, right? So I would actually move these somewhere else unless there's a video here that really compels me to give and you want to have that. Then I would do like a nicer area and I would put a cover on the video that talks about, maybe it's something like because of you or because of your giving, and then have this kind of video. This is nice. This is like okay, so it's Instagram. Okay, so that's your Instagram feed there. I didn't know that. It just looks like a gallery. And so I click it, it takes me to Instagram. So that's fine. I mean, again, what is this? This is not helping or hurting. And so I would, why is this going to help me give? What about that scrolling Instagram feed is going to help me? I would actually move that straight to the bottom in the footer. That's just a nice visual touch to what you do. And then maybe somewhere here, I would add that downloadable PDF with a way someone can give you their email in exchange for that PDF. About advocates. Okay, so we have those links already above. We don't really need those here. That's going to distract me. It's going to send me somewhere else. Okay, so here's your OnRamp email list. Again, not compelling. I don't really, what am I going to get in return for giving you my name and email? And then your footer. Okay, and then powered by Squarespace, I would remove that. So there are a lot of things you can actually add to the homepage. There's value proposition, which is why, if give online is the thing you want people to do, what value am I going to receive for giving online? Make those big headers, icons, like a 1, 2, and 3. Now, when I do give, what happens? Or what are the steps in order to give? 1, 2, and 3. Like, give me a plan. What does it look like when I give, or what does it take for me to give, right? First, click online, and fill out your profile. Second, choose your monthly donation. And third, see more families receive cars, that kind of thing. So we want to have like a plan. What is happening? Also, what about some testimonies? What about people who would say something about you? Put that on the homepage as well. That's just huge, especially for, nonprofits or, for good, organizations. Man, testimonies, what people are saying, my family was able to, I was able to take my kids to school consistently because of the vehicle donated or given to me, right? So like, what are some testimonies? What are people saying that you can add to this homepage? So there's quite a bit here that you can add. I do think that, stories are great. You do have a blog up here. So maybe if there's a story or if there's something that you can pull out and have like a pull quote, don't send them off to the blog yet, but have a pull quote. Now, one thing I thought, might be helpful to help drive towards, a controlling idea is to add a hamburger menu here at the top. So hamburger menus are, much like this. Let's go to work. This is a hamburger menu on the top right, those 3 lines. When you click that line, it gives you your links, right? And people are used to this because that's what happens when you look at it on your phone. So it's not like a weird thing anymore. When you go to your phone, that's what's going to happen. And what does that do? That removes all distraction. Look, you have schedule a call. That's what Quirk wants you to do, schedule a call, right? Then you go down here, the main call to action again is schedule a call. What's the transitional call to action? View products, okay? Their text on top, we help nonprofits crack the code to find long-term donors, right? Here are your 3 value propositions right here. Here is a way that you can like remove the problems that they have. So this is how your homepage should really flow. Here's your plan, 1, 2, and 3. Again, your main call to action and your transitional call to action. Here's the most text you'll see on this homepage. And it's also broken up with, bolded titles. Then you have your testimonials. You have other companies or other organizations that have helped. That's a good idea for you as well. Here's your free PDF. If I click that, I'm gonna have to give you the email. And then your footer, that's everything else. So here's a great example of what we're talking about. I think what you guys are doing is amazing. And I think with just some tweaks to the homepage, you're gonna see a lot more interaction. All right, I hope this was helpful, and have a great day. And we look forward to helping you more. Thank you.